Yeah, hello, welcome back. I'm coming back from a little break on YouTube, and I have a lot of new contraptions to be showing you guys, so let's just jump straight into it. This very first one is called the Enjin door, or an Enjin door, I'm not very sure how you pronounce it. Pretty much somebody in the community is called Enjin, and they just kind of designed this layout, where the stair blocks get pulled in the corner, and it makes this cool little frame. And of course the animation looks absolutely stunning whenever you open and close it. Another thing is that these two blocks will always swap. Maybe you like that, maybe you hate it. I personally like it, it adds a little bit to the door. And yeah, I'll also be showing you guys how to link this up with the pressure plate later, because this door really isn't good for outside, I'd say. It does have a big hole in the middle, so not perfect for an outside door, but for an inside door, this is great for, like, I don't know, maybe if you're entering your bedroom or maybe a storage system, you can hook up pressure plates right here, just walk right across it, because I think that looks absolutely stunning. Another thing is, maybe you guys will like this, I don't know. I can't decide if I like having stairs there. Let me put on both sides, you kind of see. Does that look better? Maybe. I don't know, it's up to you guys. Anyways, this is what the door looks like. It is made for 1.16 because of the target blocks here. The game's in 1.16 now, so I won't be making anything else for 1.15. But yeah, so to show you what it looks like without all the blocks on top. Right now I have it linked up to the pressure plates, but you could also add buttons if you wanted. Make this open from a button. But I'm just going to show you, and I walk through it. And then I walk on this side, it'll close up, and it is completely spam proof, so you can just kind of, you know, if you have your silly friends that just like to, I don't know, do that as many times as they can. It's also spam proof from both sides. Here I have an example. If I put a button here, I press that, and I try to spam this one, it won't work either. So yeah, this is completely spam proof with this design right here. But that's only the redstone wiring. Anything in red is the redstone wiring. But the entire door is just the blue and the green circuit. And it's pretty dang small too. It's 3 blocks wide because of the animation. If you want it smaller, you have to lose animation and the speed, because right now it's probably almost as fast as it can be for the size. And with that, you can walk across it just in time. If it's 3 blocks away, it'll open up just in time for you to walk across it. So yeah, let me show you guys how to build it. Okay, so this will be mostly what you need. Of course you'll need like stairs and blocks, of course. Yeah. Okay, so what you're going to want to do first is go 2 blocks off the ground like that, put down a block. Then you're going to want to go 4 across, and then 4 up, 4 across again, and do the same thing on the side. So that shows you the 4x4 size, and then if you put stairs in the corner, you can kind of see where the door will sit, just like that. Now underneath the stairs, break the block, and right above the stairs, break the block. From where the center 2 blocks are, put down 2 sticky pistons, same thing for the top. From where the stairs are, 2 sticky pistons pointing straight down, and the same thing on the bottom, pointing up. Now what you're going to do is put another one right next to the sides, and another one pointing straight down. Now we're going to go from where these 4 blocks are, and if you put a sticky piston there, you can put another 4 pointing straight down, like that, and another 2 behind the center 2 one. So it'll look like this, and do the same thing on this side. Oopsies. 4 up, and then another 2. Like that. And so that is the piston layout, and of course the door is 3 blocks wide, so you'll pick one side because this side will have a flat wall and the other one will have more of an indent. This I showed it to you with the indent on this side, but the flat side will look more like this, so it's up to you which side you want it. But I'm gonna make this side the flat one, and so it'll be 2 blocks this way on this side. And let's begin. So you're going to want to go to the side that is the wide part and find out where these 2 blocks are, and go 1 block underneath like that and put down redstone dust. So this is where your lever goes for now, just so that we can test the door. And then what you're going to do there is put down another 2 blocks like that, and another 4 blocks all the way across. Redstone here and here, and then put repeaters all the way up. The ones on the outside are set to 4, and the ones in the middle are set to 3. So that controls these 2 pistons. Next, from where these blocks are, you're going to want to go 1 block out and 1 up diagonally. Same thing on this side. And then you're going to want to put a target block diagonal to that. So, and then you can run redstone all the way up, like that. And now you can put a block here, and a block there. A repeater here, redstone dust right behind it. Set this to 3. Same thing on this side, from where this block is, block, redstone dust, and then a repeater set to 3. Go to where the target blocks are, and diagonal to that, place down a block here, and a block there, so that we can put a lamp here. This has to be a redstone lamp, by the way. And what you want to do is take out your repeater, pointing away from the target block, set it on 2, pointing into the redstone lamp. We'll do the same thing on this side. Block like that, redstone lamp here, and then a repeater set to 2. Next, we're going to put a redstone torch here, and a block on top of the redstone torch, a redstone torch on top of that block. Same thing, block, torch. Then on top of this, redstone lamp, redstone dust there too. Make sure you don't right click it. If it's a dot like this, it will not work. It has to be the cross. Now go to where the redstone lamps are. You look underneath it, you can place down a observer pointing straight down like this. Then 1 to the right. Put a block here. And then if you go above this observer, you can put another one. So it points down, to the right, and then up. Same thing on this side. Down, to the left, and then up. With a block in front of this observer. Just like that. Now the very last thing we need to do is put down a piston pointing towards the center underneath this observer, and another observer 1 block away. Just like that, it's pointing into the center, and then you put a hopper right here. This has to be a hopper. It can't be a note block. And then you can put a observer. If you hold shift, you can place an observer pointing straight up, away from it. Now, you're going to do the same thing on this side. Piston here, observer 1 block away, hopper, and an observer reading the hopper pointing straight up. Now here's a super weird bug, but you guys have to follow this. From where this hopper is and this blue block is, right? Find where this block is. Break this block underneath it. If it is immovable, if you have an immovable object, underneath this observer, it will not work. The door will break for whatever reason. It shouldn't break, but it's a bug in the game. I have no idea. So just go underneath it and break that block. You can fill it back up if you want, but as long as there's an air block underneath it, it's completely fine. It's also okay if you have a floor there and you go a couple blocks down and then have air, as long as it's not 12 blocks in total, because if it's 12 blocks then it's immovable and it will break the door. I don't know. It's super weird. Now we go to the front side again. Find out where this redstone cross is on top of the redstone lamp. Place a block just like that. If you hold shift, you can look at the redstone dust and place a block there. Then you can take out your note blocks, place them on the left of that block and the right. So it'll look like that. Observers again. If you hold shift, you can place an observer pointing up from the note block, and then you can put redstone dust on top of that. And we're done with the blue circuit. The green circuit is for the upper half of the door. So we're going to start off by putting a block here right next to the redstone torch. And then if you take out your repeaters, place one here pointing into the pistons just like that, reading the torch, set to 4. So block here, repeater, set to 4. And then what you're going to do next is put a block on top of this, and 3 blocks all the way across with redstone dust, just like that. Same thing on this side, block, 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 redstone dust all the way across. Okay, now we're going to go to where these 2 pistons meet and put a slab on the upper half, so it'll look like that. And then you're going to put a target block right in front of it. So that means the redstone dust will point in the center and look like that. Slab here, target block, And then now we're going to have a sticky piston. From where the target block is, place a sticky piston pointing straight down, and another one there, and a target block in front of the sticky piston. This will redirect the redstone when it needs. Now the next step is kind of tricky because this is where the wall is. As you can imagine, if you put in the wall right there, this is where it would be. So you're going to have a block here, and then a repeater on top of it set on 1. Then this is where the ceiling is. You're going to have blocks there, all the way across like that. Do the same thing on this side, block here, with a repeater. Then you can put redstone dust on top of the ceiling. If I take out my blocks, I can place one here, 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 here. So it'll look like this when we're done. Okay, we're almost done with the door. Put a redstone lamp on the right and left side of these wall blocks. And then you're going to have a observer pointing towards this piston, reading the redstone lamp. And then another observer pointing to the right, then pointing back towards the pistons again. So it'll make this little shape thing. Redstone dust here, redstone dust here, and then you can place a block on top of this redstone dust so that they do not connect. You don't want them to connect. Oh my gosh. It's been a while since I made a video. Now, put the hopper here, and then what you're going to do is put a observer pointing into the hopper. So it'll look like this now. You kind of just flip it, in other words. Yeah, so sorry about that. Now the very final thing is I'm going to give credit to Lum, because he kind of came up with this top right here. There's another way of doing this, but it's so easy. You just kind of put a torch on any of these green blocks, and the door will work. I'll show you what it looks like without the torch. Also, you have to put in the wall right here, and the floor. And then if you hit the lever, you can see that the top is actually slow, but it is working. And he kind of came up with this concept of updating it with this redstone torch right here. And now when I close it, you can see it's all in sync. So as long as you have a redstone torch anywhere up here, it will work. Okay, so that is the 4x4 Enjin door. The last thing I'm going to do is show you guys how to hook up the pressure plate system. So what you're going to do is from where the door is on both sides, you're going to go 4 blocks out, just like that, 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the 4th block, that's where your pressure plates go. I would recommend using stone, because it's the fastest one. And then underneath it, I'm going to pull out red blocks. Key piston, and then you need, redstone blocks. Underneath it, put down blocks like that, and redstone dust, which I also don't have. Redstone dust there. And on the left side, you can do this on the right side too, but for the sake of the tutorial, I'm going to do it on the left side. So when you press on that, it'll power this. You take out your observers now. Place one pointing straight up. Now the next step is to put a sticky piston diagonal to where this observer is with a redstone block here. When you step on that, it will close the door. Press on it again, it will open it. So it is a T flip-flop. But now how you hook up the other side is you have to do this specifically, because or else it won't reach. So what you're going to do is you're going to build all the way across. If you can see right here, I'm going to go all the way to the right side. And as soon as it clears up, you head to the right. And now when you reach this piston right here, put slabs, 3 slabs just like that. They have to be slabs or else it'll break the door, because it will power this piston. Block here. And then once you reach this point right here, you put down a sticky piston there and a note block right here. And then you do the same thing. You put a observer pointing straight up, and you run redstone dust, connecting it like that. The very final thing is you have to put a block on top of this note block. This is the only way I could find to make the redstone reach it, because it only has a 16 block limit, and otherwise it wouldn't reach it, and you wouldn't be able to power it with this. But yeah, so this is the 4x4 Enjin door. I hope you guys like it. It is completely spam proof, and so, you know, go wild with it. And it's pretty easy to cover up too. It's just, that's where the floor is. So yeah. you guys like the video, just leave a thumbs up.